walk that I'm blessed. See the love of God in my flex, I'm so blessed. 20K just on my chain, say less. I text every day to get dressed, so blessed. Been through the storm and the rain, still blessed. Had a couple heartaches and pain, still blessed. Handle the pressure from fame, still blessed. Just God called my name, so blessed.
Yes, sir, I'm blessed, don't play boy, cause I got it mad. Tailor made just for this fit, I'm gonna cut the slack. I'm the man, good hearted shorty with me acting bad. Shout out to mans that done tightened up since they became a dad. Shout out to me.
Welcome back to another episode. This is the Cobain Report, episode number 16. I am Rocc Cobain. This is
T-Mail.
And this is
Cezah.
And you know the vibes. Welcome back. Today we have, man, I can't even, I'm gonna let T-Mail do the intro because
oh man,
yeah,
look, we're gonna get right to it. We're gonna get right to it. We have here Detroit's own gospel heavyweight who was overlooked, but the adversity encouraged him to start his own label, Visionary Music Group. You may have seen him perform live at the 2024 SOAR Awards. And if he is not in the booth, you can catch him over at his own gym, Grind Time Fitness. Former DPD and man of God. Ladies and gentlemen, we have here John Houston Smith.
Make some noise! Well, man, I'm so excited about this interview, y'all. John Houston Smith is one of my favorite artists when it comes down to gospel music or just music in general, because he makes music that's more for the soul than it is for a religious purpose, you know. I just found out about him maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was during COVID. He had did a concert and they were posting it crazy. And I hopped straight in like, bro, I don't know you, but you one of the coldest I ever saw do this live. Welton was running around with his hat falling off. John is just an amazing artist. So
look, we want to give the people, you know, a little backstory of, you know, where you from. We already know homegrown Detroit, but you know exactly where you from and what you got you going in the gospel music.
All right, so it's funny. I've been in the church all my life. It's just I'm a pastor's kid, and you know I was forced to go to church because my dad was a pastor, you know, which I'm grateful for now, you know. But as I got older, I needed to find God for myself, you know. So I hit my head a couple times, and fast forward to 3 years ago, I was just doing praise and worship at my church. I'm that guy. I'm not going to be at the conferences. I'm not coming to the meetings. I'm not coming to the musicals. I'm not coming. That's just me. No. I'm cool with going to my church and going home. That's it. Mm-hmm. So that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years while building my business and raising my son. Mm-hmm. Now we're here 3 years ago, and a producer from Sunday Best came and visited our church. I'm doing praise and worship. After church, he walked up to me like, bro, he was like, you killed today. I'm like, thanks. He was like, I do music. I'm like, all right. He was like, well, let me get your info. So I'm like, all right, cool. That happens all the time. All the time. I don't want to be no artist. I'm cool. Like, financially, I don't need it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people jump into artistry because they trying to get rich or whatever. Financially, I was straight. Mm-hmm. So I'm not in artistry because I need to be. I'm in here because God literally made me. Check this, bro. Fine. Turns out he's a producer from Sunday's Best. I didn't know. And he called me and asked me to send him a video of me singing. So I'm in the gym training at the time, so I had to run upstairs to one of my offices and, you know, sing real quick. They invited me to Sunday's Best. So fast forward, to make a long story long, I'm top 20 in, you know, the country out of nowhere. It's weird. Mm-hmm. And God literally told me to go because I wasn't going to go. And God literally told me to go. COVID happens, mm-hmm. and then the show gets cut, you know. Mm-hmm. So I come back to Detroit. I didn't make the top 10, which was cool because I'm glad I did now, mm-hmm. because as soon as the top 10 went, they cut the show like because of COVID. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I come back, I'm back at the crib, I'm training, I'm cool. Again, I'm okay. So I'm just back in my gym training. That same producer hit me up like, bro, I'm in your city. He's like, where you at? I'm like, I'm at the gym. I'm at the gym cleaning up. Dog pull up like, yo, if you don't do music, you letting so many men down who look like you, move like you,
bro,
need your message.
I always say it's a million people that feel just like me.
That's crazy.
Go ahead.
And so I'm like, all right. So he leaves the gym. I pick up the phone. I ain't got no songs written. I call Slate. It's my dog.
Shout out to Slate.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Shout out.
That's the only. I've been knowing Slate since I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, and Brooks.
Yeah.
But
shout out to Brooks too.
I hit him up that same night. I'm like, dog, I'm about to start my music. He was like, all right. So I pulled up on him that night.
He was serious.
And dropped the money on the table before I had any songs written, before I had any ideas.
And that will motivate you.
Yeah, so I put the bread down to let him know how serious I was, you know, that night. Fast forward, I started writing music. I'm folding clothes one day and doing push-ups. I do this thing called task stacking, where I do 2 things at once. So I'm folding 5 pair of pants, get down and do 30 push-ups. Get up,
Discipline.
5 pair of pants, 30 push-ups. By the end of it, you done folded all your clothes
and you
did 300 push-ups.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing while I'm writing Tough Men Love God too. You know what I'm saying? That was
my song,
the start of it all.
You don't have a
that
clue.
was the start of it all. Then I went jogging the next weekend, and while I'm jogging, I wrote In Jesus' Name. And it was just crazy. It was just song after song after song. And here we are. Fast forward 3 years, I'm still doing music, but I get to do it on my terms because
I was gonna mention that too.
know.
I'm like, bro, after it say like about 2 years ago, it starts to slow down, and then you start to see all the live performances and all that stuff. And I'm like, that's how you do it. You blast it, hit them real hard, show them I got what you want. If you really want it, come figure it out. And lately, I've been noticing you've been taking your time and dropping what you want to drop, when you want to drop, how you want to drop, with no issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The next music that I'm gonna drop is gonna catch a lot of people by surprise.
I saw that. What is it, April 5th? I'm already loaded. I'm ready, Doc. I ain't gonna hold you up. I'm already loaded, bro.
You gotta
One
trust
thing
me.
I heard you say, you know, in the journey was about you being financially stable or in a good place. And one thing I noticed when I was doing my research for this interview is that you are heavy into entrepreneurship. Whether it's your own gym, I don't know if the barber thing was real or not on that video, but
No, that was just
shooting. But
yeah.
I noticed that you are into entrepreneurship, man. Tell me about what motivated you to go that route versus the traditional route.
Well, I think I was just telling somebody this earlier today. I'm grateful for the route God took me. And I'll tell you why. Most people, when they start music, they'll try to do it early. Like as soon as you turn 18, 19, 20, that's when you start in your artistry, right? Because you're young, you're vibrant, got you. But God took me a different route. I had a conversation with my pops, and he knew I was into music. I had to be like 16, 17 years old. And he was like, I see you've been singing. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm excited about the music and this and that. He was like, now let me tell you something. He was like, now, you can't leave your son and your daughter a singing career. He said, but you can leave them real estate and properties and homes. He was like, make sure you're working on your legacy. So my mind switched instantly. Like, all right, we're going to get to the bag first. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know how. I didn't know what bag I was going to get to. I ain't had no plan. Bro, I'm doing praise and worship at my church. Guy named Ty Hall comes and preaches. I ain't never met the man in my life.
Shout out, shouting.
Shout out.
Oh,
Bro,
Ty.
I ain't never met the
Like
man in
them
my life.
them twinkle
It's a true
toes.
story. Yo, if I'm lying,
That's
I'm
my
fine.
guy, though.
I ain't never met the man in my life. He comes and says that God told him that I'm supposed to be doing this fitness center thing. He said, you're going to be a rich man in the area of fitness. He said, and then you're going to go and start making music after that, but it's going to touch the lives of young men who look like you, move like you. That's when Dog said it from Sunday Best, it like
Manifested right there in front of you.
Okay.
Yeah, confirmation.
Confirmation.
And God will send it to you, though. You know what I mean? If
so-
you really listen, He'll send it to you, bro. For sure. So one other thing I wanted to ask you was, how do you kind of, I guess, balance your passion for doing gospel and, you know, being an entrepreneur? Because it is a balance. You know, it's. I know you do it on your own
Boundaries. I do everything on my own time. I wake up 6 to 6:30, treadmill, and that's 30 minutes of me and God. No phone, no texting, no email. I don't look at my phone at all until after that time. Get off the treadmill, sit in my sauna for 30 minutes. 7 o'clock, I'm out. You know, you got to hit the shower. Then I'm training my virtual class at 8 a.m. I got virtual members from here to the UK. Different countries, different cities in the U.S. It's crazy. From there, I got a 9 a.m. physical class. After that class, I leave, and I train senior citizens. I'm contracted through the city of Detroit with the Detroit Housing Commission senior. So I train senior citizens across the city in different locations. I got 6 locations under me. So from there, I go pick my son up at 4:30 a couple times out the week, and we go to the gym to play basketball. That's where we was at before we got here. That's why we was late.
No, yeah.
But no, dog, you hear what I'm saying?
Fatherhood comes first around here with us.
I'm telling you my whole thing for a reason. I ain't even done. This is just 4:30 to 6:15. 6:15, my alarm on my phone go off, and my son know that means we got to go to our gym. We leave from that gym, drive to the gym that I own, train my 7 p.m. class. I'm done around 8:15, and that's my day. So in one day, I done worked out myself. I done trained with my son. I done been a father. I done trained just about every demographic you can think of, from senior citizens to children. That's a regular day for me. And I'm not burnt out because I also plan my rest time in between that. You get what I'm saying? Black men, we die earlier than everybody else. We die earlier than we should because we don't rest our bodies.
No.
So everything I just described to you, it seemed like a lot, and it is. But I get enough sleep in the evening, and within my day, I'm taking a break where I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not answering text messages, calls. It's just time to exist. You a human being, not a human doing.
Yeah, right. And they expect sometimes for men to just be the machine, the provider.
We are.
You know, so we do burn out a little earlier because all we focus on is the goal.
Yeah, men got to stop feeling sorry for themselves for having to be the machine. That's why God made you a man.
Yeah.
If you wanted an easy life, you should have been born a girl. You are a machine.
First time of the day. That's the
you
first
are a
one.
machine. No,
Yeah,
listen.
no.
You are a machine. You are a provider. You are the hunter. You are. You know what I'm saying? A big part of this is reminding ourselves of the authority that we carry. Don't want to be respected as a man, and when it comes time to be a man, you don't want to be one.
Yeah, that's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not complaining about my schedule because I got so many workouts to do and I got to train all these people. Dog,
that's what I signed up for.
I'm a hunter, dog. This is what we do. But at the same time, I prioritize my sleep. I prioritize my meditation time. How am I doing? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I hope I ain't over talking.
No, bro. You listen.
You hitting points that I actually do myself.
Yeah.
So it sounds real good to me. Like, I really believe in meditating, and like I always tell them, like we didn't grow up with cell phones and stuff, bro. We didn't have that, so you got to kind of take yourself back. Like a lot of people be like, "Oh, you living in the past." That's cool. If the past gonna get me through, then I'm gonna live in it forever.
Especially when it comes down to your mental health.
Yeah, your mental and your physical health. Like physical it plays a big part into your mental.
Yeah, you always preaching at me about being fat.
Man, like because if you're not mentally healthy or physically healthy, 9 times out of 10 you're a vegetable. You know, like and your bones can be broken easy. Like you're flimsy. You got to think about all of that. Like endurance. And, like man. So look, I want to ask you this: growing up in a city like Detroit, how did that really influence like your music?
I was blessed to be born in a city that was known for what I was called to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I grew up in a household where, my dad was the pastor, but he ain't only listened to church music. We listened to the Temptations. You know what I'm saying? So I had that in my bag. My first song I ever learned how to sing was, I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. That's my first song at like 3-4 years old, bro.
Live though, right there.
But my pops was playing this.
auto-tune.
You know what I'm saying? But my pops is playing this on the way to church. You know what I'm saying? My mom would blast Mariah Carey Christmas album, which vocally and musically is one of the best
crazy.
albums ever. Got a little older, and then my brother turned me on to Sam Cooke, Donny Hathaway, which made me turn my mind on to that. It was crazy. Then I started doing praise and worship, and I did all types of music. I didn't just do worship music. We did John P. Key. Then we'll come do some Hillsong. Very eclectic.
That builds your vibes.
Yeah.
Builds you up when you're a church kid.
So that's where it comes from, bro. So that's why all of my music is so broad. I got a wide range. If you pay attention to my music. There's not one song that sounds like another song that I've ever released. You'll hear jazz when you hear Therapy. And then you'll hear contemporary when you hear Yes For Me with me and PMJ. 100%. Then you'll hear worship music with In Jesus' Name. Then you'll hear Sound Man, which is like nothing is like Sound Man.
I wish you stopped naming my songs I wanted to talk to you about later on this show. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is the bodies of work that have been released
are crazy.
What I'm saying is they're eclectic. And I think as artists, we need to bring that back. We are tired of hearing an album and it's 10 songs on there, but 8 of them sound the same.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Come
like,
on, dog.
like get in your bag. Like pray more or
And
whatever you got to do.
Talk,
but like every song got to sound different. I don't want to hear the same song in another song.
No.
So that's what I strive to do.
Bro, when I heard, I think it's Yes For Me, and you sampled the old school song in the beginning of it, and then did the whole record with like the deep voice, I was just like, dog,
that's me singing.
This crazy creative. Like,
that's me singing.
It was a different record, bro. Different vibe. But I hear you talk about, I'm going to let you go, T-Mail, because I know I done hit him with 2 or 3 straight, and I ain't being fair today. I ain't playing fair today. I've been waiting on this interview. Okay, with you being such a great father and being able to structure your day and structure your time, what I also noticed is that you're able to structure in some time for a fiance, or you got a wedding coming up here. How are you able to balance all of that as well as be the man that she needs as well? Just talk to us, brothers. Help us out.
The date, though. What about the date?
I ain't talking about the date.
I want to know about all of it.
No, let him talk about that.
Well, the Bible says that Adam grew lonely. Not that he got horny and wanted somebody to smash. You know? He grew to a place of loneliness, which means that loneliness is a place of maturity that a man reaches after he's been living in his purpose. You know? You shouldn't get married just because you want a wife or you want a girl to be in the crib. No. For 10 years, I just built myself up. I had a lot of stuff to work out within myself. Made a lot of mistakes, learned a lot. I got to find out who I was first. So I would say the first thing to do is to work on you. Become the best version of you that you can possibly be before you even try to invite a woman into your life.
Space,
Because when she comes, she takes your name. You get what I'm saying? So she's like, all right, well, what are we doing? If you haven't cultivated anything, then you don't have anything for her to help with. You know?
Helpmate.
You know what I'm saying? A woman is a helpmate. Why would you want a wife to help with something you don't do? You know what I'm saying? So the first thing is get in your own bag. Work on your body. Work on your body. Get attractive to yourself. Work on yourself. Work on your public speaking. Work on who you are as a man first. Especially if you're in like that 21 to like 26. Dog, don't rush into getting a wife because you think that's what you're supposed to do.
Or the church tell you to do it, like my dumb ass, dumb self.
Ain't nobody got to live with her but you.
Sorry, I can't hit the button.
You feel what I'm saying? Like,
and she live with you too, because it'd be a little bit back and forth, especially when you're younger and not really sure of yourself as a man. You know, a lot of times we project when we're younger. You know, our own feelings about ourselves, honestly. You know what I mean? So it happens. Go ahead, T-Mail. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get into it.
Definitely. So with the big wedding coming up and everything, I noticed you went the custom route and you went over to Hutch and got your piece made, you know what I mean, for your big day. You want to share a little bit about like the inspiration behind it, you know, because it's real dope.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, everything is kings. That's all I'm telling my son. He probably hear the word king 50 times a day because it's my job to remind him of that. And now I got 2 bonus kids. I got a son and I got a bonus daughter. So I got 2 bonus babies. So now I'm a girl dad. So I'm instilling those same principles into them. You know, obviously that my daughter is a princess. Royalty is what I want to instill in them. And it's something that I live, you know, as a king, the way I speak, the way I move, the way I treat people. The way I treat people. You understand? Oh, yeah. Not just by how much money I got and the chain I got on, how I treat people, how I move, got to be kingly.
It's so funny that you say this because we just had on Stretch Money not too long ago, and he was talking about how when you honestly step into your manhood and step into being a god, being a king, like a king's kid, because your father is a king, kind of. Like when you start moving that way, and you are not even a secular artist, but you guys have a similar value. So it just kind of goes to show, like, just in manhood, you know, once you step into that bag and really become the man that you feel like you're supposed to be, you just move different. You know, the God, like, what do you say? What Stretch say? The God in me meets the God in you. The king in me. Like, it's that natural. That's manhood talking, bro. Yeah. That's maturity talking at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Timmy.
You mentioned quite a bit earlier that, you know, you involve yourself with throughout the day. How do you manage to do the intermittent fasting that you do, you know, with all of the tasks that you tackle throughout the day? And also, you know, you can share with us, you know, the book that you got coming out about, you know, the intermittent fasting.
Well, I think a lot of it is just willpower, you know, just willpower. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I haven't eaten all day today. What time is it?
I heard you say that earlier.
4:44.
You was fasting.
Hey, it's
shout out to
That's
yo,
shout out to
but
444.
look. I got 444 on my index finger.
That's crazy.
I'm into that. So right now it's 4:44. I haven't eaten all day. I haven't eaten all day, but I'm also not lethargic and crying, because the same way I approach my schedule is the same way I approach everything. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And I done worked out today with my son and on my own. Like but I do this, you know, I may not eat all day today. We'll see. You know?
Discipline.
So yeah, sometimes I do things like that just to test where I'm at. Did y'all see that shot the other day with Kyrie Irving?
That's what I...
he was fasting like a man.
But look. He was fasting for 48 hours when he did that. In the book, I highlight the fact that we are animalistic by nature. Like thousands of years ago, we had to hunt for our food, right? So it wasn't no like standard breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like you might go days without eating, right? So if you went 3 or 4 days and you haven't eaten anything, it will wake up certain animalistic things about you, within you. When we fast, we think sharper, we think clearer, we work harder. So most of my working out that I do is in a fasted state. So like even as I'm sitting before y'all, I'm not lethargic, I'm not tired. No. All I've had is water and black coffee today. You get what I'm saying? So
And which method do you use? I've seen like the most popular is like a 16-8.
Yep.
Like, okay.
16-8 is what I predominantly practice.
Okay.
Today I just woke up and I'm like, I just don't know if I'm gonna eat today on purpose. Like I just want to see where I'm at. Yeah. And there's something called autophagy that we reach a certain level after a time of being fasted, where your body starts to regenerate cells. Like you literally start to heal yourself when you're in a fasted state. So I wouldn't start with a 24-hour fast if you never fasted before.
Right.
Obviously, you know, baby steps, but yeah.
And in some cases, you might want to go and check with your doctor before you do it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Disclaimer. Yeah. What he said.
Because I just was on a month fast, man, with my church.
That's what's up.
For a month, man, from 12 at night until 5 the next day. We couldn't eat, consume, or whatever, you know, and it really like put me in the Bible more, you know, like because like I said, I like to meditate, and I like audiobooks, man. I let an audiobook play all day. A lot of friends get in the car, they be like, bro, like turn the radio on. Like, you been riding all day with no radio? It's like, yeah, because I like being alone. The alone time is what make it all right to be outside with everybody else. You know, like I'm very comfortable with me, like just being me with me. So like, and that plays another part in what he's saying. Like, you know, and even with the 444, like, you know, for the ones that know, like, and I hope you do. If you don't, go study a little bit.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We always praying for this guy. But for real, like on a serious note, man, like everything that he's spilling to y'all
is real.
Like,
bro.
Y'all really, really, really need to tap in and go get the book. Go get the book sooner before it come out. Pre-order it. Pre-order the book. Man, check what's the website so they can get the working out too.
You know what? It's gonna be in a link on my bio. It's gonna be released as an ebook.
Okay.
Because now it's just easier. Because most times people, you know, ain't picking up a hard copy book. It's in your phone. Your phone is everywhere. So, and it's a 30-minute read, 30 to 45-minute read, depending on how fast you can read. No, for sure. But then I wrote it so simple that our kids can read it, because it's imperative that we keep our kids healthy too.
Yes.
You know, it's a lot of unhealthy kids right now. You know, so
and that's fostered through the parents. I mean, you know, a lot of them just cooking and doing their thing. The mamas, you know, myself included. My mama still be cooking. I have to tell her sometimes, like, Mom, the
Shout
sugar.
out to Mama Mona.
Like, it's just it's the diet, you know. And I think that once we, because my kids aren't like that. All my kids, he'll tell you, are thin, and they all, but I've been on it with them since they were little to make sure that they didn't become the fat kid in class, right?
Right.
And along with, you know, the big day coming up on 444, you recently got a chance with your guys, Trent and Don Shelby, to co-write a song, Real Love. So tell me, man, like, what feelings did you have, you know, participating in writing something that you know you're about to branch out on yourself?
Bro, I think that's why it was so organically written. I was at the gym on a random night. I pulled off. Trent hit my phone, like, bro, where you at? I'm like, I just left the gym. He like, pull up at the studio. I need your help writing a song for Fal. Fal is his wife. I'm like, all right, cool. So Trent like my brother.
Yeah.
Him
Shout out to
and
the
Don.
Shelbys.
Yeah, blood wouldn't make us no closer.
Yeah, we go back. My daddy and I go back.
So straight up, so I pull up to the studio like 9:30, and we ain't had no ideas, nothing. Bro, Don sat on the piano and just started playing melodies. And I go, you're my first and my last, my everything. And then we was like, write that down. So we literally, all three of us just
Writing as you
writing
go.
line by line. Like, and then if something wasn't working, you know, we all got thick skin, so we'd be like, no, that's trash. Throw that out.
Yeah. It's
And
got to be a hit. With three names like that on that record, bro, it's got to be a hit, bro.
It's so
I'm
crazy.
sorry.
It was organically written. And then I think Don came up with the chorus, the hook. We'll be together forever. It's just crazy, bro. And then, of course, Trent wrote the Never Have I Ever Felt Love
Which is
Like
crazy.
This. That sets the song to a whole different level. You
Bro,
feel what I'm saying? So
we not capping.
it was just crazy because we didn't know that we were writing a wedding anthem. We were just some brothers getting together writing for his
This
wife.
is in my top 6 joints right now.
Straight
I'm
up.
not capping to you, bro.
Hey,
I
yo,
bang that joint.
Shout out to Trent. They just hit 300,000 streams,
Which
bro.
is crazy.
The video
Independent.
from the wedding is over 1 million views.
Crazy.
It's so crazy. Like,
That record hard, bro. The challenge is going crazy right now. Yeah, I done seen some crazy. I done seen some of them come through and drop some fire on them joints too, bro.
Zacardi's was
Bino
crazy.
dropped. Bino's was crazy too. The one of the first like 1 or 2 that he dropped.
Oh, yeah?
Bino's was. Shout out to Bernard Brinkley.
Shout out to my son.
That's one of our best friends.
That's my boy.
His was hard though. And he hard cameraed you, Bino. But go ahead. You finish talking about that.
no, I
challenge,
would say
bro.
I saw Zacardi's, and I saw some other people who I didn't know. My nephew did one with my brother. That was one of my favorite ones because my nephew, he's around great music all the time. My brother can really, really sing. You get what I'm saying? So all he do is probably just be singing through the crib. My nephew hear that, and my nephew has an ear. You can hear it. He was singing that thing too. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, bro.
That's crazy. Y'all wrote a great record, dog.
My dog.
And yeah, for sure. Waiting for your next one so we can go ahead and get a challenge out of something. You're going to do something crazy. It's going to be called the John Houston Smith Run or something, Run Challenge or something on you, something crazy.
Bro, the next single that I'm dropping is it's gonna be such a groundbreaking record for so many reasons. It's gonna be one of them songs that you just listen to like 10 times straight. And I'm not just saying it because
Which one you can't?
it's me. Like, you literally gonna replay this record over and over and over again.
Nah, bro, them joints tough. I was listening. How I feel working with J Moss on that remix. Even though I like the original better because the story in the original, it caught me off guard. Of course I like of course I like the Hollywood stuff. But that original joint was like, wait, I didn't know this brother was this deep.
Bro, I was scared to release it.
It was crazy.
I never told nobody this. Releasing I Found You was so vulnerable. You get what I'm saying?
It was.
And it was like really talking about real stuff. Like, nigga, I really got evicted.
No, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, while having a kid, having to figure stuff out. You know, but God just kept blessing me over and over and over. And still to this day, still opening doors that's like crazy to me. So I wrote I Found You, but when I was about to put it out, I told Slate, like, I don't know if I want to put this out because it's a little too real. And he was like, John, this is what is missing. He said, everybody's singing God is nice and God is cool and everything's going to be great. He was like, nobody is talking about their struggles.
Bro.
Like, and she's like, especially men. Bro. He was like, you got to release this record. So he released the record. And then shout out to my dog, Eric Dawkins. He heard the record.
ED so hard.
Shout out to Eric.
Shout out to E Deezy.
Let me tell you how crazy this is. This is crazy. I tell you, God keep just be blessing me. I didn't never know Eric Dawkins. I wasn't in the church scene, and I wasn't trying to be. Y'all hear me? I wasn't trying to be in the church scene, so I never ran across him at no concert because I don't be at the concerts. I still don't, you know. So Eric heard my music by mistake. I think he was listening to his music, and then somehow my song was the next to play on iTunes. So that's how he ended up hearing my music. So we just got connected as brothers. He from Detroit, I'm from Detroit. And, you know, I told him, like, a lot of what I do musically, bro, is because of what y'all did in the 90s.
Dawkins was flames. Bro, what I'm talking about, bro, the piece of Saved I had at 14 was because of Dawkins album,
So let me tell you how crazy it is. So fast forward, we talking about the record, and I'm like, bro, you should get on and do a remix with me. And I'm thinking he gonna be like, nah, man. He was like, for sure. I'm like
you
for
serious?
For sure.
That's how I felt when you said yeah in this interview. I was like,
bro,
wait, you said yeah?
No, let me tell you. He was like, for sure. He sent me his verse, and I had to listen to his verse like 6 times because it was so crazy vocally. His vocal choices were so crazy. And then I got real crazy. I'm like, I wonder if Jay Moss would get on this with us. Because I'm like, who else could we put on here
that's fire like
that
y'all
can really sing? Because a lot of people can't really sing. And I don't want to hear like the people who can kind of sing on this record.
No.
So I'm thinking like, who else is from Detroit who can really, really sing, who got a message in the story? I was like, Jay Moss, Pastor Jay Moss. And then Eric was like, well, I ask him. Because I wasn't going to ask him. I was just going to imagine it and just leave it there. Jay Moss, for sure. And here go me. I'm like, for sure? Like, hey, like, you really just... So anyway, so they jumped on the song, and it's one of the craziest songs I've ever done. And they're on my Mount Rushmore of vocalists. You know, especially being from the city of Detroit, they legends, bro. So to have both of them on a record, it's
crazy.
That's insane.
Crazy.
And it kind of it reminds me of another ED record that he did, that I'm an R&B church nigga. That is the perfect, like, y'all when y'all dropping the mixtape.
Yo,
you
know what?
You can say it on the Cobain Report. When you go and let the church everybody know.
The thing is, I release music organically. The thing is, I own my name, my likeness, my image. I own it. So I don't have to be pressured by a label to tell me you got to release a record by such and such time. Because it's artists that have records done, but because the label is holding their music up, they can't release it. Right? Because such and such is about to drop, and we want to push them first. So now your stuff's sitting on the shelf.
Because they budget on it.
Watch this. It gets worse. By the time they are going to let you release your music, it's dated.
It's trash.
So it's pointless to put out. So I'm like, I'm not about to play them games with people. I came into this as a boss. So why would I give that level of influence up? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just take the long route and fund everything myself. So all the music that y'all love and listen to and ride to, all of that came out of my pocket. I paid for all of it. Like, even Slate being my brother, Brooks being my brother, they got paid. I don't do favors. You know what I'm saying? As we do business. You know, every musician, every background singer, everybody got paid. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why the music comes out a little slower, because I'm the one paying for everything.
And that's
mixing,
visuals
mastering.
Included.
Man, what?
Yeah.
The guy who shoot Big Sean videos shoot my videos. I wasn't about to go get no, you know what I'm saying? No people who kind of do video. Like, everything got to be top
on
tier.
That level.
On that level. You get what I'm saying? So listen, I'm trying to tell y'all this for a reason. I don't put music out every 2 minutes because, number one, I want my music to be organically written and released. I'm not just in the studio playing around all day. I'm busy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the music that I'm about to release is going to change everything. You got to trust me on that.
No, I believe.
I'm gonna let y'all hear before we leave.
I believe you. Speaking of the video, because you know I forget everything. Pastor Mike Jr. You write? I seen you wrote for him, or like you got some records that went crazy for him. I saw some on the internet that was like, I know y'all work together, and I also saw the video of y'all too. How did it feel to work with somebody like that, or constantly working with them, or whatever the relationship is? Tell us about it.
Didn't I just say God continues to bless me for no reason, out of nowhere? I was working on Yes For Me in the studio with Slate. PMJ happened to be in town working on his record. Him and Slate had a conversation about another record that Slate was supposed to be working on. He heard my music in the background, liked the song, and was like, I want to get on that song. And then so Slate was like, yeah, me and PMJ talked. He gonna get on the record. And I'm like, what? He like, no, PMJ about to get on the record. I was like, when? How? He was like, he gonna leave that studio and drive over here.
Crazy.
You know, I ain't have a personal relationship with PMJ at the time. Mind you, all of my studio sessions are done but in between my gym sessions. So I don't be in the studio 11, 12 o'clock at night. I gotta be up at 6 in the morning. So I do my gym stuff, then I go to the studio, and then I finish my evening classes. So all of my music happens in the middle of my day. So I'm like, yo, well, I gotta get back to the gym. So,
No, for sure.
because in my mind, he ain't about to come here and get on this record. You know what I'm saying? Big had dropped, so he liked the running things, like as far as like the #1 artist in the country at the time.
Sure.
So in my mind, he ain't coming for real. So I'm gonna go back to the gym. I go back to the gym, train my 7 p.m. class, and then Slate hit me up like, "Where you at?" Slate, he was like, "PMJ just pulled up," and I'm like, "All right, well I'm gonna pull up to the gym." So back to the studio. So I get back to the studio. It's a black Suburban outside, and I'm like, this joker really here. I walk in, he already in the booth recording his verse. And then so shouts out to PMJ because I tried to pay him and he wouldn't let me. Like I told you, I don't do, I don't do favors. I don't do favors.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then
They want something in return.
Yeah. So I told him like, no, man, I want to pay you. He was like, bro, I'm sewing into what you're doing because I believe in you. Gets crazier, bro. We decided to make it a single. And I told him about it. He was like, I'm going to fly up there. I tried to buy his plane ticket. I tried to make sure he ain't try to have to come here and leave out the same day because, you know, so I'm like, I get you a room somewhere. Like, what you trying to do? Like, I want to. He was like, I don't need none of that. He flew him and his team in, shot the music video, and it was a day like this where I ain't ate all day. Neither did he. We shot for 8 hours straight. 2 locations. In a historic Catholic church here in the city, then left there and went to the village to shoot the other part. It's just crazy how God does these things. For sure. You know, it's just crazy. So shouts out to PMJ because he ain't had to do that, you know.
So with all of the features that you're doing or have done right now, who's your like ideal person that you would love to work with?
Zacardi Cortez, Ty Dolla $ign.
Ty Dolla $ign, that's
Malone.
crazy.
I would love to work with Post Malone.
That's crazy.
James Fauntleroy.
James.
That's the people who you, bro. I was not ready for this list. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
I was not ready for that.
See, the thing is, I know they're gonna like my music when they hear it because it's real, it's organic, and I can really sing. And people who got that ear, they understand other people who got that ear. So yeah, I think it'd be a vibe. Like me and Ty Dolla $ign doing a song, that'd be crazy. I would love to work with Kim Burrell.
I could see that.
No, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Now that would be nuts. That would be crazy. Vocally, I think that would be like a contest and just a vocal like battle royals.
That'd be
I just let Kim Burrell sing. I just
look at her like, now do it again.
Right. So other than the Temptations and the people that who your dad used to play, who are some of your influences?
Lowell Pie.
Yeah, shout out to Low, Man of Standard. What up, huh?
Yeah, I think he's one of the most complete vocalists that we've ever heard.
Man.
And I think a lot of time we look past greatness because it's so accessible to us. You know, Lowell Pie is one of the greatest vocalists
He is.
that's ever existed.
Big
in
Lowell
any
and
genre.
skinny Lowell, both of them cold.
Yeah, no.
This is Cobain Report, bro. You know you coming here.
bro.
You know you coming here.
Lowell, that's him, not me, dog.
Hit me on my Facebook.
Look,
you know the vibes.
So look, you got him. You got people like Daryl Coley.
Yes, for sure.
Marvin Winans, Sam Cooke, It's a lot of people, man. I can name. I get something from everywhere. I think Kim Burrell is at the top of my list.
Yeah.
Just because her mind and approach opened my mind and approach. So vocally, like when I'm doing these weird notes that come from out of nowhere, that's Kim Burrell for sure. So I think she's at the top of all of it, and then there's everybody else.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot because we talked about two crazy groups. Men of Standard or Dawkins and Dawkins? Not now. Let's put you back in that day when they both was doing the heat.
I'm gonna say Men of Standard.
Okay.
And the reason I'm gonna say that is because you had Lowell, who's just Lowell, but then Isaac was like a total different kind of vocalist. You know, I bumped into Isaac randomly at a gym in North Carolina.
Crazy.
Me and my wife was out there on some business, and I woke up to get my workout. I'm in the gym in the weight room, and he right next to me. And I'm like, I don't fan out over people.
That's how I feel right
I
now.
finished my workout, and I was just like, hey, bro. I was like, you one of the vocal goats. He was like, thanks, bro. You do music? I was like, yeah, I sing.
Perfect.
And then so he looked at me like,
Everybody.
you know,
sing or you sing?
No, here's the thing. I don't look like
No.
a singer. I would
rapper.
imagine, you know what I'm saying? So
More nowadays. More nowadays.
So I'm like, yeah. So I showed him my music on iTunes. Check this. He goes, I know who you are.
That's crazy.
He was like, Eric sent me your music. He was like, I was just listening to your song. He goes to his notes, pulls out his notes. He was like, I was just listening to your song, bro.
Crazy.
And you know, the notes is timestamped, so you can see.
when somebody-
It's crazy, bro. So
that's nuts.
I would say Men of Standard just because they were so eclectic, they were so different, and the song choices were crazy.
To double down on that with the Men of Standard vibe, shout out to Uncle Marcus Divine. You had that production that Yet Will I Trusted Him and all them joints back in those days, you know, whatever. But you had Marcus Divine working in there too, you know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to that whole 90s to 2000 kind of like gospel scene. It's
Legendary.
Y'all goats. Y'all know a lot of this stuff that's done now was on y'all shoulders, you know what I mean? Go ahead, T-Mill. I know you got one good more zinger. We're gonna let him get out of here. I know we can't hold him all day. I'm fanning
Y'all
out.
good, man. Me
It's
and
my
my
fault.
son, we got the whole day. We chilling. So it's fine.
Yeah, no, I wanted to ask, how was your experience performing at the Soar Awards, you know, in front of like Ricky Dillard and, you know, Marvin Sapp? How was that experience?
Surreal. See, people don't know how to perceive me because I don't look like the other church guys. And, you know, when I walk in, you can see the difference. You feel it. The aura is just different. Yeah. You know? So when I walk on stage, before I start singing, everybody's just kind of staring at me, trying to figure it out. You know?
Like they done brought a rapper in here tonight.
D'Angelo!
The mothers.
A real
And
singer.
let me tell you something I started doing too. I used to like dress up in suits because I felt like I had to, but I ain't feel like
Minimalism.
that. I can put on a suit if I got to go to an award show or a business meeting, but predominantly if you catch me, it's gonna be something like this. So I was like,
No, but
I'ma
you dropped
just-
heat when you had the suit on with your wife on the Instagram. You know I had to do my research.
My dog.
Y'all dropped heat, bro.
My dog. Thank
Heat.
you. But
So when
y'all
you want
dress
to,
like
you can.
myself, move like myself. So by the time we got to the middle of the song, I looked up and Kim Burrell was staring at me, but like in a way of studying me, like trying to like figure out. Like it was crazy, bro.
Idols
I
become
almost
rivals.
froze.
Like,
No.
I know, I'm just talking
It was
about-
like it was a surreal moment that I'm always gonna remember. My wife was in the crowd. Well, she ain't my wife yet, but
It's coming.
You know, I'm gonna just go on and say
Loaded.
it.
Yeah,
And
loaded.
she was in the crowd.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's like that was the craziest part. My brother. I've been working with Alvin Ford. He's a very well respected businessman and manager here in the city of Detroit, and has been for some time. Work with artists around the city. And I
Shout
watch
out
how
to
people,
Alvin.
I watch how people move on their own before I start inviting them to work with me. Because if you lazy with your stuff, then I know you're gonna be lazy with my stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he was there, you know, just making sure everything was run correctly. It was just a whole dope moment, bro. So I think we building something special.
For sure.
Man, that's crazy. I think that just watching you go through your rise has been awesome. You know, I'm so glad and honored to be able to get this interview with you because I know, man, it's gonna be a time. It's gonna be I'll see you in 6 months to a year, Cobain. I'm busy. I'm working. I'm doing my thing. You know, so I'm glad that you were able to stop by today and come talk to us three real brothers, as you said. I know this ain't always the ideal interview. Cobain show is a little tough. You know, we didn't even cuss this episode. Y'all proud of us?
I'd have been fine if you would have cussed, man.
But we did.
But listen,
shout
let me
out to
tell
my
you
mama.
something. Yo. Authenticity always wins.
Yeah.
100%.
And I'm not offended by cuss words. They're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm not going to be offended if you say expletives.
Right.
A lot of people do it. They just act like they don't in front of other church people.
Yeah.
If you cuss, if that's what you do, then that's what you do. It don't bother me. Be who you are. Be real. Be authentic. Because that's what wins in the end. So I enjoy being
he really
here.
got a Baptist spirit, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Oh man, he one of them Baptist preachers. Like when they, like right when they finish, they go out there and hit their cigarette. Like they come there and smell like old Jack Daniels and squares.
Play the drums.
Oh man,
Shout out to this. I don't even smoke squares, but shout out to John because when he pulled them, I was like, "Ooh, I forgot."
I had
like,
to pull him to the side.
like,
Cuz. I really had to pull him to the
gotta-
side because he really
I was
got
tripping.
convicted, bro.
I'm like,
Why?
Bro, like you pulled up, he was like, "Oh no, bro, put it out." I said, "For what?" He was like, "He pulling up." I was like, "Who pulling up, bro?" And I turned around and I seen you. I'm like, "Bro, we grown." I thought, like,
Well, here's the thing.
There's
I
a
understand
certain
that.
respect that I
get it.
had, bro.
but he know. This is what
you know
I
what
told
I
him
mean?
though, John. I said, "Listen,
I'm still
man,
a bishop's son.
When it
I'm a
really
rebel.
comes to this, bro, if a man is actually bringing his son, I guarantee he told his son what really he got a foundation with his
Yeah, for
son.
sure.
He's not gonna bring his son into something that he or his son can't really
or be uncomfortable with.
Not just be uncomfortable with, but that he know that his son ain't about to be around.
Yeah.
If you really listen to what he's saying, he telling us like, hey man, I got a foundation, I got boundaries. So if he'd have seen that and
I'm
if there was
still running.
a problem with him, he'd have probably called you.
I'm
like,
old.
Hey, man.
I was
But
born in '84. I'm old.
I
I'm
get
running
it.
with the blunt when I
We
see a
were.
reverend. I'm
We
still
were.
running with the
We
blunt.
were, but he a human. He a human.
But
So look, I wanna do what I'm doing in front of him because if he a reverend, then he gonna pray harder for me. No, seriously, bro. And that's what we get wrong. I was having a conversation with a young lady last night, and she was talking about like the fun guys, right? She was like, "Oh, I got fun guys. I'm gonna take them home." I was like, "So, what if you just kind of like diminishing him to the fun guy? What if he really wants something else, right?" What if you calling him a fun guy, but he like, let me do everything I can to really get to her heart, but you calling it a fun guy. So you can never look at things how you want it to be. You got to look at it for what it really is.
Yeah, stop
and if he a
playing.
reverend, I want that reverend to pray for me. I want that reverend to pull me to the side to kind of help me. Like, because everybody need help.
Well, here's
And
what
I'm
I
in that
think.
predicament.
Here's what I think. I think people should be themselves. You know, I think, yes, I appreciate you putting your weed up when I drove up. You know, but look, here's the thing.
Shout out to my mama again.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mom.
No,
Did I
mama
get you in
knows.
trouble?
We good over here. This is the Cobain Report.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
look, let me tell you.
Uncle Joe, I see you. I see
No,
you.
straight up. I appreciate you putting your weed up when I
Yeah,
pulled
for
up.
sure, bro. I still
But
got old school
the
values.
thing is, bro, I sing about God in nightclubs. You know what I'm saying? Like we initiated over here. Like I'm not like anybody else that you've ever experienced.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
that stuff don't offend me because I feel like that's who we called to. Like that's what we supposed to do. And the thing is, I don't think that necessarily makes you the devil if that's what you choose to do. Now, if just don't let nothing master you is what I would say.
for sure.
But as long as you know, some people need it medicinally. Some people need it for mental health. The world has changed.
Anxiety when they got a big guest
The stigma
coming.
behind smoking weed is just much different than it was when we grew up. So you know what I'm saying. But we all good, man. We all
For
good.
sure, man. So we're going to give it one more round. I'm going to let T-Mail start this time because he been quiet this episode. It's my fault. I fanned out in this interview, and I know when I watch it back, I'm like, bro, you was fanning out.
And God put it here.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm just saying, alcohol is worse for your body, for your mind, for your longevity.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to say this, but I ain't never said this before. But, you know, God put it here for a reason. And we found it. So if people are using it for the betterment of themselves, as long as you ain't smoking and driving and you just be zoided out at work, don't compromise your job. You get what I'm saying? But if that's what you do, that's what you do. I don't judge people for nothing they do.
I smoke at work.
Do you?
I'm playing.
Yeah, I can smoke at work.
You about to get fired now.
No,
They
I'm
gonna
not.
watch this.
Look, no, but listen.
They know
Do
you
your
start
thing.
I work in
working
the
out.
industry.
Uncle Joe comfortable, he
industry
comfortable, we
as
in the
well.
game.
Like, so that's what I be telling him. Like, it's 9 to 5 people, and then it's like career people.
Yeah,
like
right.
and in my career, I can smoke weed. Shit,
Yeah.
I smoke with the clients I'm with. Like
Yeah.
you know,
What do you do? Your job real different though.
I work in the industry. Work with different artists, music artists.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yep. So
Well, that makes sense. As long as it's not like you a nurse or something
No,
like
no,
doctor.
not at all.
Like if he was a doctor, like
No, he just left band.
smoking in
He just left
between
rehearsal
surgeries,
before he got
that'd
here.
be different. But no, you straight, bro. You
Yeah,
straight.
yeah, for sure.
That's
So,
funny.
T-Mail, go ahead. We're going to start with you. Then we're going to go to Cezah. Let John tell us all about what he has coming up, whatever he wants to tell to that hard camera before we get out of here. And then we're going to wrap this episode up. T-Mail, go ahead.
All right, man. I want to just appreciate everybody for joining us again. You heard what the guest said today, John. Let you know you get one body, take care of it best as you can. Keep God first, of course, and you'll be blessed. Come out to the pop-up May 5th, noon to 8 at the Eastern Market. Come check us out. Help us bless the city. Like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube, the Cobain Report.
That's right. Cezah, go ahead.
Cezah is always going ahead. Listen, I want to stay ahead. I want to stay prayed up. And listen, John, I thank you, man. I appreciate you for coming by here, for giving us the time, your time, bro. Like, I know you fasting. That's big. And sometimes fasting is the portal door for different spirits. But I'm glad that you tough spiritually to endure all of that. Like, I love that, man. Like, I admire that part of it.
My dog.
You know, like I said, y'all go get the book. Soon that ebook, go get it.
Yeah.
Go listen. I hope they can listen to it, because some people can't read. It's cool, but if you can't, you got an audio coming with it.
No,
It
it's
is
just gonna
But
be-
listen, guess what? You can put it in Google, and Google will talk for you. Now listen, go and subscribe, go like, go. Man, listen. You better go with God, be blessed, but go fuck with John.
Okay, I have contained him this entire. If y'all
It's
only
cool.
knew, he has tried his best this entire episode. So
good.
I'm gonna give it to JHS one more time before we get out of here and let John give y'all everything he wants to give y'all. Thank you, bro, for holding it in this episode. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? I appreciate, the invite. People ain't got to invite you nowhere. And I think that the whole studio is fly. This is the craziest thing I've seen in a long time. Thank you, very creative, and it won't be my last time here.
Please,
I think what y'all doing is fly. The way y'all doing it is fly, and it's just dope to see, black brothers in ownership, moving, creating, innovating, but still being true to themselves. So I appreciate that, because it's not a lot of things like that for us. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy myself. Those of y'all who want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at John Houston Smith. That's my name. That's my real name. So people be coming up with them aliases. No, dog.
Like, bro, name is John Houston Smith only, bro.
No. John Houston Smith. You can follow me if you want to download the music. All the music is wherever you download music or stream music. Go to iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Music. We everywhere. Type in John Houston. John Houston. I thought it was just more fly to make my middle name and my first name my stage name. That's where the John Houston came from. Nice. So just type in John Houston and you will see the music. And I promise you, if you listen to one song, it's gonna make you want to listen to another song another song. We got music that's not even really been heard by the masses yet. Because I'm getting my name out there, but I'm doing it independently. You know what I'm saying? So all of the music that y'all have heard has come out of my pocket. You understand? So if you like it, help me share it, stream it, push it. It's all a good message. It all come from a real place. And yeah.
No, he ain't lying. Once you hear one, you get mad that you ain't know about the rest. So when I found out about the first one, I was like, wait a minute. He got a part 1, part 2, part 3. I'm mad I don't know about this. How am I late to the party? I usually know about Everybody Fly. How did I miss the announcement, dog?
Yeah.
So I'm going to wrap it. This is my last little piece of it. I am grateful that you were able to make time for us today, man. I know you got a lot going on in your life. We are, shout out to Bishop Greg Davis, Groundbreaking Pro. We are, we're groundbreaking. We're trying, we are doing, and we are moving in a great direction. So shout out to him for the entrepreneurship and for the studio, 7 sets. If you guys want to come out, come on. Hit up Groundbreaking Pro. Get you some time in here. Everybody can use the same tools, but everybody ain't gonna have a recipe.
Hey, listen, hey, that's so
but
real.
Come on in, come on.
Hey, but shout out to Al again, bro. We gotta shout out to Al because he right here, bro. We gotta shout out. That's my dog. Hey, listen. If you are serious, man. Y'all better holla at Cuz, because he'll put you on the right path to what you really need to be doing.
Yes.
So shout out to Great Lake Baggers too.
That was my part, John. I got the hat. You was supposed to give it to me.
I gotta shout my dog out.
You get two today. You get two.
My dog. Because you know what? He always supported me. You don't have friends who will always show up for the cleanup process, but they'll come to the party.
That's right.
Listen. This is a bar right here, and this is how you evaluate the level of your friendships. There are some people who will just come to the party, but there are other friends who will come help you set up and clean up.
Dog.
That's black. So
Man.
that's why I push his stuff like it's my stuff.
Dog, on that.
You get what I'm saying?
Dog, on neighbors.
Like straight up. I only got 3 friends in my life. Straight up, like homeboys. I don't see me in pictures with a whole bunch of dudes because I don't got a whole bunch of friends.
No, for
I got people that I'm friendly with, but as far as like friends, I don't just get that title out. This is my brother.
Bruh, I'm telling you.
So shout out to him.
Tight. So I'm gonna do mine now. Shout out to Great Lake Baggers on the merch. This hat,
fly, bro.
I'm talking about. You see, and y'all know I'm baldy locks, so I gotta come through drip every time. Y'all, I want y'all to catch the angles. That's why I'm being extra right now. And don't look at my shoe polish on my face.
He can't show y'all the back of it.
Shout out to my wife too. I don't want to get in trouble.
Please don't get in trouble because you got a good thing going on.
I keep calling her. She ain't my wife yet, but. I'm just establishing it before it even goes.
You claiming that thing.
It, bro.
Yeah, he already got it.
It's cool.
All right, so we got to wrap this up because this will go on for hours. Y'all know church people, we don't want to stop talking. All of us church kids, we just in our own version. So I wouldn't. What are you looking at? What do you want? What you got to say?
Because we all church kids. And man, y'all need to pray for him the most. You need to go on the altar, bro.
So, like I said, this has been a great episode. And as I usually say, what is this, episode 16? It's a wrap, but I'm not going to say it. What I'm going to say is tough men love. It's a tough men love God, too. See y'all next week.